of that bill, Honourable Yusuf Ghathi joins me live from our Abuja studio. Honourable Ghathi, just last year, the President signed the Nigeria Police Bill into law. I believe you also sponsored that particularly at the floor of the House of Reps chamber. Talk to us about how much impact that particular act has had on issues like structuring, appointments, discipline, and indeed the welfare of police personnel in the past months.
Well, that bill the act, which was called a bill prior to the signing of Mr. President into law, the Police Act, have impacted a lot in the life of Nigerian people, particularly in addressing agitations of police brutality, agitations of abuse of fundamental human rights of Nigerians, and many other issues. If you look at the Police Act prior to signing of the new Police Act 2020 into law by Mr. President, a lot of issues that has to do with the rights of Nigerian people were insulted by the former police, by the then Police Act. But with the advent of this one, a police officer does not have the right to go to your house and arrest your father, your mother, or your relative in replacement of a suspect that is related to you that is not found in the house. Now the new Police Act advocates that before a policeman will arrest anybody, it is the suspect himself that can be arrested. There were gender disparity in the police force, where a woman doesn't have equal right with a man based on the content of the former Police Act. But today, the existing Police Act is made in such a way that both men and women have equal right to attend either the position of Commissioner of Police and the Inspector General of Police himself.
Let me butt it very quickly. Just earlier on in the news, an issue propped up from Ekiti State talking about the fact that women police officers who become pregnant while unmarried are currently being dismissed. There are people who have gone to court stating that that is quite unconstitutional. Wasn't that captured in that act that we're talking about now?
Well, again, the issue of Ekiti, I may not be familiar with it, but what I am familiar with is just coming up in the news now. I was just hearing it in the studio here. But what I am familiar is the fact that in the former act, women does not have equal right with men. But today, a woman can become Inspector General of Police and what have you. I'm trying to advance the impact of the existing Police Act in line with the aspirations and agitations of Nigerians. The issue of welfare of the police, which has been a fundamental factor as to the performance of the police, the indiscipline in the police, and what have you. I think the new Police Act have addressed it to a reasonable level, where again a suspect is not supposed to be kept in a custody for more than 24 hours prior to this time, unless if police have legitimate detention order from a competent court of law before they keep such individual beyond the 24 hours. So in the area of fundamental human rights.
Let's quickly, because of time, turn our attention to the other bill you have sponsored now, the Police Service Commission Act Amendment Bill. Beyond determining who recruits police personnel, what other juicy stuffs do you have in this document?
Our position as a sponsor is very clear regarding to the Police Service Commission Bill, Amendment Bill, as well as the National Institute of Police Studies. The Police Service Commission Amendment Bill, part of it suggests Nigerians want job. Prior to this time, every year police force recruit 10,000 police officers. And in the history of recruitment in Nigeria, the police force have been recruiting constable and cadets in their Pollack Institute in Wudil, Kano. So what we want to do is, instead of the insecurity problem keep on propping up, beyond the control of the present police force we have, the limitation in the manpower, we advocate that the disparity between the Police Service Commission and the police force, that is the Inspector General of Police, be addressed in such a way that, one, the recruitment for the constable and cadet in the Nigerian police should be the prerogative of the police force. Because if you look at the military, you don't operate Police Service Commission the way you operate the regular civil service. If you look at the ministry, including the platform for the recruitment in the Nigerian police, the structure belongs to the Nigerian police. The budget is in the police budget. So we are advocating that if the Constitution, if the Police Act, if the Police Service Commission Act existing does not address those lacuna, let there be legislative framework in the new amendment and repeal that will state categorically clear whose responsibility between the police force and the police service commission to recruit Nigerians. Nigerians are waiting to be employed. 10,000 recruitment every year that is supposed to be done is being hampered by judicial intervention as a result of lacuna in the laws operating the Police Service Commission. So I advocate, the National Assembly advocate that the prerogative for recruitment, Inspector General of Police being the operational commandant of the police should know the kind of character he wants in the police service, so he should be allowed, like it has been done in the past, to recruit the police constable and police
absolutely honorable. We'll see
to a particular
eventually how all of this play out. We also hope that it captures an independent body or commission that can independently, with integrity, look into complaints by individuals against police personnel. But we have more time subsequently to discuss this. Honourable Yusuf Ghathi is the sponsor of the Police Service Commission Act Amendment Bill. Thank you for talking to us tonight on TVC News.